My mom and I did have a falling out.
I said, no, you can't do this. We had this huge fight.
It was kind of like, you do this or you leave. It was so far-fetched, but I didn't care. I just felt like that's what I was supposed to do. So I did. You know, was 18 years old and had nowhere to go. I just was like, can I sleep here? When everybody goes home on the couch, and they were like, okay. There's a time in all of our lives where we want to get ahead, where we have an ambition, where we want to do more, where we want to succeed further. And sometimes we hit a wall and we don't know how to get past it. You get rejected a lot. I say for the 40-something movies I've done, I've gotten 100 no's in between, maybe 400. Despite the hurt and the pain, I just kept going. And I just couldn't allow myself to let that become who I was. I always thought that I was gonna find happiness and love out. Another person was gonna give that to me. And then I realized that that's not how it is at all. Like, you actually get to be happy all by yourself, if you can just kind of appreciate yourself and know your worth and your value. And on the floor, honestly, was me, like, again, going, okay, get back out there. You're an animal. You're a beast. Come on.
Jennifer Lopez is poised to land her first Oscar nomination for Hustler.
I've just been working hard, for so long, for my whole life, so it's nice.
I changed forever. Part of me shut down for many years. I didn't tell anyone. I avoided it myself and felt shame. After I shared what happened to me, nobody helped me. No one offered me guidance or a helping hand. How throughout high school we danced and we sang, imitating Jennifer, and wearing white bandanas and hoop earrings, draped over caramel-colored hair.
A director at a fitting asked me to take my top off. He wanted to see my boobs.
That is crazy.
Well, he was crazy. But it was so funny because I remember being so panicked in the moment, like, oh my God. And I was like, no, I don't have to show you, no. And because I put up a little boundary right there and said no, he laid off and then later on apologized.
There's no way to convince people of your greatness. You have to know on the inside and knife fight your way to your dream.
I invented myself, Lady Gaga, and curated my life to be an expression of my pain. This is how I overcame my depression, is by creating somebody that I felt was stronger than me.
And then all of a sudden, I started to experience this incredible, intense pain throughout my entire body. And my whole body started tingling, and I started screaming. I was going to the doctor all the time for someone to tell me something was wrong, and they couldn't find anything. I was afraid I was gonna die. Fibromyalgia is essentially a chronic pain condition that makes your body hurt through your brain. I remember sitting with my doctor, and he's like, you need to accept that you're gonna be in pain every day. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna feel awful all the time. I'm gonna be in head to toe pain constantly. And he said, you have to accept it. And it's one of the hardest things that any human can face. And it's a lot easier to go home and have a bottle of wine, like just numb it all away,
right,
or dig deep. I just just didn't stop moving. I just was moving and moving and working and dancing. You know what else happened after that?
What?
Slowly, the pain dissipated, slower and slower and slower, and then all of a sudden, I can function.
Lady Gaga. Oh yeah, you, right there. Amazing girl. From New York, I love you. Yes, I do. You inspire not only me, but a generation.
So proud to be a part of a movie that addresses mental health issues. You see somebody that's hurting, don't look away. And if you're hurting, even though it might be hard, try to find that bravery within yourself to dive deep and go tell somebody.
I focused 150% of my energy on my happiness, on what do you want to do? What is it that you really want?
All I have to say is that this is hard work. I've worked hard for a long time, and it's not about, it's not about winning, but what it's about is not giving up. If you have a dream, fight for it. There's a discipline for passion, and it's not about how many times you get rejected or but you fall down or you're beaten up. It's about how many times you stand up and are brave and you keep on going.
I was a very odd little kid with homemade clothes and an inability to fit in. I was very studious and really curious about a lot of things that are much deeper than partying and dancing. I've been writing songs since I was 13. I dropped out of high school, moved to LA, and fast forward 4 years, tick-tock on the clock.
Why the $sign in your name?
It's not because I'm like, yeah, I got lots of money, woo. It's more like, I don't have any money.
She is already taking her already extreme reputation to brand new heights, or you might say lows, with an outrageous new confession.
This girl's gonna be stumbling. She's gonna be like throwing up on herself.
I'm so sorry to disappoint.
Gossip blogger Perez Hilton has been the biggest bully in her life.
He made fun of everything I did, everything I wore, every move I made.
I was a D-bag towards her. I know I caused her pain.
Lady Gaga's Perez Hilton feud continues.
Instead of just being an artist, she became this freak.
So Perez Hilton, who was a good friend of yours, are you angry with him or not?
All the feuds usually that people write about they're very one-sided. It's me over here and somebody's feuding with themselves about me.
Is there anybody I don't like?
Lady Gaga, maybe. You're compared to her.
Well, I think she's good though.
Things kind of started taking off. I still felt like an outsider. It's really hard to love yourself when the world criticizes you for being yourself.
He said Kesha looked as big as a refrigerator in her last video.
Fueled by fear of failure, crippling anxiety, and insecurity, you will become severely bulimic and anorexic. And the worse your disease gets, the more praise you will get.
You have no right to say no to anything. You have to smile through all of your pain.
Most days I could barely fathom getting out of bed. Just lying there, half awake, half alive. What is the lesson? What is the point? God, give me a sign or I have to give up.
Somebody that has such a beautiful light within them, to see that light burn out because they feel that no one's listening to them.
I was assaulted by a music producer. You think that you deserve to be hurt. You think you don't deserve happiness.
I just want to stand by her side because I can't watch another woman that went through what I have been through suffer. I talk to her every day. I'm friends with her personally, and what I'm watching her go through is not only something I've been through, but something that's really devastating to witness.
She said, I felt like a liar telling people to love themselves as they are while I was being hateful to myself and really hurting my body. I wanted to control things that weren't in my power. I convinced myself that being sick, being skinny, was part of my job. It felt safer somehow.
If you're resentful, that's like drinking poison. The best thing you can do is just forgive and heal and move on.
Kesha checks into rehab for an eating disorder.
They were surprised that I hadn't had a stroke.
Who's like the best version of who you actually want to be, like minus what anybody else thinks? Making it through, not giving up, and finding empathy on the other side, which is incredibly hard sometimes.
It's my responsibility to stand up for her when there's a lot of people that are not listening to her plea for love.
You go through all this stuff and things hurt you and they start taking out chunks of your heart. This was like going back and like trying to heal my heart. If I choose to be positive, then I'm creating kind of a heaven for myself.
I'd also like to take this moment to publicly support Kesha.
We're honored to stand with you and welcome you, Kesha.
I'm proud of who I am. The more I can embrace that, the better I feel here, and the more I can help other people.
I feel that my rebellion in life is to be kind.
It was life-changing. I just want to pay that forward and be as nice as humanly possible.
Don't let people scare and shame you into changing the things about yourself that make you unique. We can't be afraid to fight for our own dignity.
There is an undeniable truth and strength in the fact that you are not alone. And as long as you never give up on yourself, light will break through the darkness.
Her parents hated her new image and publicly shamed her.
What happens when your daughter is on MTV? I don't watch it.